a bonus, a tax refund, an inheritance, a settlement, money you sell something for. Sooner or later, most people get a lump sum bigger than a normal paycheck, and here's the uncomfortable truth hiding behind it. A shocking number of windfalls are gone within a few years, no matter how large. By the end of this video, you'll have the exact 7-step order to handle any windfall so it actually changes your life instead of vanishing. Step 1 is the one everyone skips, and it's the reason the rest work. 7 things to do with a windfall in order before you spend a single dollar of it. Step 1, and almost nobody does this, do nothing, on purpose, for a set amount of time. The moment a windfall lands, 2 things spike at once: excitement and 100 people, sometimes including your own brain, with ideas for your money. That's the most dangerous window there is. So the first move is to not move. Put the money somewhere safe and boring, like a high-yield savings account, and give yourself a deliberate cooling-off period, a few weeks, a month. No big purchases, no big promises, no quick investments. This does 2 things. It lets the emotional spike fade so you decide with a clear head, and it quietly protects you from the pressure, the sudden opportunities, the people who appear when money does. A windfall doesn't expire in a month, but bad decisions made in the first excited week can follow you for years. Patience here is the highest return move on the whole list. Step 2. Find out what's actually yours. Not every windfall is what it looks like on the surface. Depending on where you live and where the money came from, a bonus, a sale, certain inheritances, a portion may be owed in tax, and the rules vary enormously by situation and place. This is exactly the kind of high-stakes moment where paying a qualified tax professional for an hour is worth far more than it costs. The worst version of this story is someone who spends the whole amount, then gets a bill they can't pay. Set aside what might be owed before you count the rest as yours. Step 3. Put out the expensive fires, high-interest debt. Once you know your real number, this is almost always the first place it should go. Paying off a credit card charging a punishing rate is one of the only guaranteed risk-free returns in all of personal finance. If a card is costing you 20-something% a year, clearing it is like earning that same rate instantly with zero risk. No investment can promise that. Before you dream about growing the money, stop it from bleeding out the side. And if this is helping you already, here's the one thing I'll ask. Don't forget to subscribe and give a thumbs up. It helps this reach more people who'll need this exact roadmap someday. Now, Step 4. Step 4. Build or top up your emergency fund. A windfall is the rare chance to buy real financial peace in a single move. If you don't have a few months of essential expenses set aside, part of this money should quietly become that. It's not exciting. It won't feel like anything changed, but it's the foundation that makes every step above it safe, because it means the next surprise never forces you to undo your progress. A windfall that leaves you with a full safety net has already earned its keep. Step 5. Put a serious chunk to work for your future. This is where a windfall stops being a moment and becomes momentum. Once the fires are out and the net is full, a meaningful share should go into long-term diversified investing, ideally through tax-advantaged accounts first, then a regular brokerage. This is the part that can genuinely change your trajectory. A lump sum invested and left to compound for years, historically over long periods, can grow into something far larger than the original amount. This is how a one-time event turns into lasting wealth instead of a good weekend. Notice the order so far. Park it, tax it, clear the fires, build the net, then invest. The boring steps aren't in the way of the exciting one. They're what make the exciting one safe. Step 6. Fund one meaningful goal you've actually been working toward. A windfall handled perfectly but joylessly rarely lasts either, because it starts to feel like deprivation. A down payment fund, a business you've been building toward, education, a debt-free date pulled years closer. The key word is won and chosen, a goal you'd have wanted anyway, funded on purpose, not a scatter of impulse buys. This is where a windfall gets to move your actual life forward, not just your spreadsheet. And step 7, this one matters more than it sounds. Allow yourself a small, guilt-free reward, deliberately, with a cap. Pick a modest percentage, something small relative to the whole, and spend it purely on enjoyment with zero guilt. This isn't a failure of discipline. It's what makes the discipline stick. A plan you can actually live with beats a perfect plan you abandon in a month because it felt like punishment. Enjoy the slice fully, precisely because you protected the rest. So, 7 steps in order. Park it and decide nothing. Find out what's really yours after tax. Clear the high-interest debt. Fill the emergency fund. Invest a serious chunk for your future. Fund one real goal and keep a small, guilt-free slice for joy. The difference between a windfall that changes your life and one that vanishes is almost never the size of it. It's whether you had an order to run it through before the excitement made the decisions for you. Now you have that order. Save it, because the day you need it, you'll be too happy to think clearly, and that's exactly when this list earns its keep. This is education, not financial advice. Everything here is simplified and illustrative. Tax rules in particular vary widely by person and place, and all investing carries risk, including the possible loss of principal. So please talk to a licensed professional about your specifics before acting. If you want somewhere to actually plan this out, the free net worth tracker in the description will show you exactly how a windfall run through these 7 steps moves your number. And one more time, because it genuinely helps the channel, don't forget to subscribe and give a thumbs up. Every week we break down how money really works. No hype. Now I want to hear from you. What kind of windfall are you planning for? A bonus? A tax refund, an inheritance, a sale? And which of the 7 steps are you on right now? Tell me in the comments. I'll see you in the next one.